Welcome to the Armchair GM podcast. I'm Chris, and that's Dylan. After that 8-1 loss to Vancouver in preseason, pretty sure the Flames are making it clear. Let's make a push for McKenna. Whoop, whoop. You are watching the Armchair GM podcast.
It's just preseason. It's just preseason. It's just preseason. It's just preseason. Don't overreact. Don't overreact. Don't overreact. My God, was that horrible?
It's a fucking terrible game.
Absolutely
Absolutely
awful.
Yeah.
It was probably the worst effort I've seen from the Flames since, remember, like 9-1 in Pittsburgh a few years back. Was that right before the Galutson stick throw? Like, it's been that long since I've seen an effort that bad.
Yeah, that was something else.
Oh.
I mean, I was watching, just trying to find something positive to pull out of this, and I got nothing. Like, there was nothing positive about that game.
So I'm gonna pull something out, and like, completely not sarcastic or anything, but the first like 10 to 12 minutes of the game, before it got out of hand, I found Zary was having his best game of the preseason by far. And Karen's and Zary looked like they had a little bit of chemistry going, honestly, a few times throughout the game. Now, after the drubbing started, I can't really say much else, even about Zary. There was a few little spots there where he had a couple flashes of something going on, but other than Zary, and honestly, like, Karen's a tiny little bit. None of the defensemen looked good at all. Most of them looked awful. Kadri was nowhere to be found. Huberdeau was nowhere to be found until the end, and we'll get to that. It was just like Barabee. I don't understand this. I do not understand this, but somehow that guy scores goals in this preseason, but he looks like the most uncoordinated guy on the ice, and somehow he's still scoring goals. It's mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing. And I mean, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that during the regular season that play was coming back anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that was offside by a mile. That was insane.
Way offside.
But one thing I will say, like with Zary at the beginning of the game, I think he really likes playing with Pospisil. They have chemistry. We saw it in their first year playing with Kadri. Like, he really has chemistry with Pospisil. It's a shame that Pospisil is useless other than that right now for whatever reason. Because, I mean, we could use that kind of a duo or that kind of a chemistry to push some light into the Flames, right?
So I actually have a question for you with Pospisil. And yes, I agree. Those two do seem to have chemistry, but the problem is like, you can have chemistry with a guy like a guy like Zary can have chemistry with a guy like Pospisil, but if the chemistry is, here, I give you the puck and then you miss it by fucking 5 feet, like, miss the net by 5 feet, what's the point in the chemistry? You know what I mean?
I don't get that from it, to be honest with you. I think this is really the first time they've played together in a while, and they were building off of it, and they were making it happen. And then for whatever reason, that was kind of split up as well. Obviously, Pospisil didn't come back for the third, but even in the second, I don't think they were playing together anymore. It was
Pospisil not hurt like halfway through the second? I don't know. Everyone
yeah,
was
at some point in the second, yeah.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, I mean, you might be right. Here's my question with you or for you with Pospisil though.
Mhm.
He like a lot of people were telling me his game against Seattle the other night was really good. And you're a guy who really likes the peskiness of players and physicality,
Mhm.
and I'm a fan of that to a certain point as well. Probably not quite as much as you, but I'm a fan of that to a certain point of like. Did you see that against Seattle? Like, did you enjoy his game against Seattle?
I did, yes, against Seattle. More so than I liked his game against Winnipeg.
Well, yeah, he was awful against Winnipeg.
Yeah, he took a ton of penalties. By a ton, he took a penalty, but I mean, he looked like he just wasn't able to keep up in that game. I
Hmm.
thought I thought he had a strong game against Seattle in the mixing it up and trying to get people engaged aspect of it. Obviously he did take the penalty, which whatever.
Took a
It's going
double.
to happen when you play that style of hockey, right? So it's
Absolutely.
I, I still have a lot of time for Pospisil, right? He took the double minor, and I think they only gave him the double minor um, because
Because the other guy took one.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
Yeah.
think I think they could have easily have just made it 4-on-4 on that personally, but I think they felt like they had to give him something further
And it was
just
weird that
because
it
of
was
the
two
nature of it.
separate penalties. It wasn't two of the same thing. I can't remember what it was, but I believe it was like
Yeah,
one for roughing and one for something else. I can't remember. But it was because
yeah,
usually they'll when there's a double, they'll just do two of the same thing. But
yeah, double for roughing, but yeah, it was high sticking and cross checking.
yeah, that's
So he
weird.
was like he was getting the penalty for high sticking, and then and then obviously then whatever happened after the play happened, and so he got another one. I think being how the other guy from Seattle jumped in, I think it was Dunn, jumped in to that
Mhm.
scenario. I don't think he should have got a second penalty personally, but is what it is, right? It's is what it is. I'm
So
not gonna worry about it about the officiating in a preseason game because the officiating's been not great anyways.
for fucking 8 years. um,
Yeah, it's
but
been a while.
honestly, like to me, okay, so I'll agree with this. Like Pospisil against Seattle was shit disturbing, and he's not effective if he's not shit disturbing. But in the past, when he's been good, which it's been like a year since he was good, um, his shit disturbing led to him doing more useful things.
Right.
And that's my thing. If you're gonna shit disturb, you gotta at least be able to do other things. You gotta be able to successfully screen the goalie or successfully um forecheck or successfully win faceoffs or successfully do something. And he's just not doing anything at all except for trying to get in people's face. And that just leads to
Mm.
penalties or nothing, right? Um
Right.
and like he had against Seattle, he had one really nice opportunity. I think it was in overtime. And why the fuck is he in overtime? I can't speak at all right now. That game really jumbled me up. But like he had that one really nice opportunity in overtime, I believe it was, where he like looked off whoever was on the other side of the ice. It was a 2-on-1, and he looked them off for far too long and then just ran out of room. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you did you still didn't do anything. And it just seemed like getting in people's faces, sure, but doing nothing else.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd rather see him in overtime than Farabee myself.
Well, Farabee's awful at everything, but
He really is. Like and again, coach loves him, right? Puts him out in key situations, and I don't get it. Like I don't know if he's just trying to give him opportunity to get better, or finally show us what he can do.
well, I
But
mean,
it's really bizarre. Like between him and Hunt, like they just get all these key opportunities and these chances to show just
yeah.
how good they are or what they can be and blah blah fucking blah. And they neither one of them do shit with it other than just look bad on the ice and get in the way.
I would argue Hunt looks better than Farabee, um, but that's a pretty low bar. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know. To me, like I don't know if it's just because he scored a couple goals. Like he scored what 3 goals or maybe 4 in preseason. So
Mm.
you know, I get that from a trying to get more scoring, maybe getting a guy hot before the season, and then he can score more in the regular season. But um,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's taking a top 6 spot away from somebody who's actually got skill, I'll be fairly annoyed because I don't see him being effective or fast or like I said, he seems super uncoordinated out there. I'm not a fan of the player at all. I get it
No.
maybe from a salary standpoint, and I hope that it's not like somebody higher than Huska telling him to play this guy because they're paying him money. But
You imagine?
but if that was the case, then they'd play Sharon Govich more and they'd play Coleman more, and um, but I agree with you. I have no idea why Farabee's playing so much. I just I just honestly, Chris, and I know he's one of your favorite players, or at least you like him. I've seen enough of Pospisil forever. He
Yeah.
doesn't do shit. He gets in people's faces and takes penalties, and then doesn't do anything the rest of the game. He scored 4 goals last year. 4.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Last year he didn't have much to offer. I was kind of getting frustrated with. He seems to squander opportunities, right? Fed a puck wide open net, or at least the opportunity to create a decent scoring chance, and he misses the net. He's turning into our beloved Backlund in regards to that, right? Um,
But do you ever see
um,
do you ever see Pospisil defending well, or do you ever see him blocking a shot? Like he barely even hits unless he's being, at least in this preseason, he's barely hit unless he's been in front of the net and he's trying to piss somebody off. He's not like hitting somebody on the boards to get the puck back or anything like that.
yeah, I let's see. In the last 3 preseason games, that includes the Vancouver game, he has had. Hold on, wait for it. My apologies. He has had 9 hits
That
recorded.
I wonder if there's like 2 in the same play from standing in the crease. And like, don't get me wrong, that's a good thing to do when you're doing something with it, but he's not fucking doing anything with it. He's not.
Sure.
Guys aren't scoring because he's in the crease or because he's causing shit, and he's not pumping the team up or getting them involved with his hits or with his anything, right? Like he's just
I would say that's more on team culture in the team then. If you can't get fucking riled up when a player is trying his damnedest to get people motivated, and trying to get people engaged in the game, making hits. If you can't be motivated by that, then you're the fucking problem.
I've
Personally.
seen it. I would argue that the rest of this preseason, I'm going to exclude this game because this game was awful from everybody. But in the preseason, I would argue um, there was some hits from Solovyov and Kuznetsov and Pahal that riled the team up and got them going. And like, it's not, and I'm not saying, obviously if that's what Pospisil is there for, but they want Pospisil to be a fucking top 9 forward. The guy needs to score some goals. You know what I mean? He needs to
Sure.
put up some offense. He needs to fucking play some defense and not just try and be a shithead. There's more to hockey than just being a shithead.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
that's fair.
opinion on it anyways.
The Flames want a lot of people to be in their middle six that really don't belong there. And we've already talked
Farabee.
about one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he only had 3 goals for the Flames last year, right? Granted only in 31 games, but still. He had
Yeah.
11 on the season after 81 games.
I'm not making any excuses for Farabee. I don't want him on the team either.
Yeah.
There's too
I
many
don't
guys.
want I don't want I don't want Coleman on the team anymore. At all. He
Now,
doesn't do anything for me anymore. His time has run its course in Calgary. He needs
and
to leave.
you are Coleman fan number one. Well, maybe number two after me over the past few years, right?
I've always been a big Coleman fan, absolutely.
Yeah,
But it's time
and
for
me,
him to
me
move
too.
on.
But this is also what, like, Coleman's second preseason game, and I know what you're getting at. I also want to see young blood come in, and Coleman's one of the only players you can actually see them trading, so that makes sense, right? Um, but this is like from an on ice play standpoint, I think just and maybe I'd say the same about Pospisil if he wasn't awful last year too, but this is only like 2 or 3 preseason games from Coleman, right? This is like he didn't give a shit about the other 2 games. This is the first time he was awful tonight, don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
from a guy that has um that kind of track record and that kind of give a shit usually, I'm not gonna give him shit for a bad preseason game, but from a team build standpoint, from a not having enough ice time to give some other guys standpoint, um, I'll agree with you. I don't really want Coleman on the team either, but from an on ice play standpoint, I don't think it's like we're talking about Pospisil and Farabee not being effective. Coleman hasn't not been effective. Like he other than this one preseason game, you know.
I mean, I haven't seen him be effective in any of the games he's played so far this preseason,
He's
but
also
that's just
played.
me.
We're talking about Farabee's 31 games and Pospisil's last year. Coleman was effective for a lot of last year. Maybe not great, but effective, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
We
I
can,
agree. We need to like, why is Farabee on the team? Coleman should be traded. Farabee shouldn't have ever come. Um, blah 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 blah. I see people wanting to claim Peltier on waivers. What the fuck is that? Why? He's already proven like 6 times he's not an NHL player. Now he's proven in Tampa after they've given him a multiple year deal that he's not a fucking NHL level player. Why are people obsessed with this shit? It's
yeah,
shit.
it's, yeah, like even when Shillington is you know tossed to the curb on his PTO, and I was just waiting for the fan base to start
Let's get
clamoring that we should
Shillington back.
pick him up. We should pick him up. Like these players that we literally throw away because they're not good enough. It blows me away that the fan base wants them back. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
They wore a flaming C on their shirt at one point. They're a flame forever now. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
All right. Bean did not play tonight, I believe. But speaking of guys who suck, he's been
Mm.
legitimately awful this preseason, and I know he's got this contract, and his fucking dad works for the team or whatever. But like, this guy needs to fucking never play again. Like, he can go to the AHL or be claimed on waivers. I don't care. Same with Mirmanov. I don't think Miramonov would even be claimed, and I don't think because of Bean's contract he would be claimed. But the problem is, number one, nepotism, and number two, salary with Bean.
Right.
They're not going to send somebody with that kind of salary down, in my opinion, even though they should.
Right. Right. I can't remember what his contract is. It's not terrible, I don't think, but
No, it's not terrible. I'll look it up. But what do you think about that?
I mean, you and I have both had the conversation about Bean. Like I have zero use for him on the team. Like at all. There's no reason for him to be taking up a roster spot when we have available prospects making a push, and
Yep.
we're not going anywhere. Yeah, he's got this year at 175, but I mean,
Yeah. Which
yeah,
is
Maramonov,
over twice as much
McBean.
as it's like what, almost three times as much as league minimum. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
unfortunately, owners and management don't generally, for most teams, don't like sending guys down who make much more than league minimum.
just terminate his contract. Like
I'd
it's
be
one
okay with
fucking
that.
year, less than 2 mil. So you pay him over 2 years and just move on. Like just get rid of
Yep.
the guy.
Yep.
Like there's no reason for him to be on the team.
No,
Like
I
they should
agree.
have got rid of him during the off season, but honestly, fucking Conroy has shit the bed this off season. Like I was really, really pumped for what he was doing in year 1 and 2 of being GM, but this fucking summer was a disaster.
Simply
Like he
because of not
literally
doing anything.
because he did nothing. He drafted great.
So, from a changing the roster standpoint, he did nothing. I will give him flowers for Coronado, Wolf, and Zeri. But other than that, like, I don't mind the Hanley contract for what it is. For I don't mind the
I
player, but like, there's no purpose. We
There's no
like
purpose. There's no
Solovyov,
reason.
fucking Kuznetsov, fucking whoever. Fine, put them on there. Like, we didn't
Right.
need, like, I like Hanley, but like, we didn't need to sign a guy who's been a tweener his whole career, who's like 34. You know what I mean? We didn't need that. Um,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
but
it was completely unnecessary. We have a log jam at defense right now of guys that could be playing on the team right now, especially if we're going to pretend like we're rebuilding or retooling. You don't sign 34-year-old fucking nobodies in that
yeah,
time frame. Like that's just fucking stupid. Like
and
Conroy, like he keeps talking about giving the kids a chance, and then he is the one causing us to not being able to give the kids a chance. Get rid of the fucking aging veterans. Quit signing useless fucks. Like,
trade Rasmus
sure,
already. He
Han,
was awful
Han,
tonight again.
Hanley's a nice guy. I get it. So what? Because he kind of sort of had a good season with Uyghur last year. That's no reason.
I bet Solo is a nice guy. I bet Kuznetsov's a nice guy. I bet Honey
Totally.
Brustevich is always smiling. I bet he's a nice guy.
Sure.
And he's
Like
fucking
it's just so stupid.
10, 12 years younger.
Yeah.
and cheaper.
Miromanov, Bean, Hanley, Anderson, Coleman. Get the fuck out of here. We're trying to build a team here.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we're going to end up having like $10 million watching games all season. Really.
Possibly more, because let's talk about the $10 million player who hit the fucking goalie's mask with his chin and then knocked himself out on it. And the last, what was it, like minute of the game tonight? Looked like Huberdeau smashed his chin off of the goalie's mask when he was driving the net, knocked himself out, and then drove his shoulder into the post, fell over, and didn't get up for like a minute and a half, and looked like he couldn't feel his hand. He was like shaking his hand and trying to shake it off type of thing.
Yeah,
who knows
that's
if
a good
it's a
old
serious thing? We'll probably know by the time, probably just after this show comes out tomorrow morning. We'll probably know more about it. If not, before the next preseason game, we will know what's going on with him a little bit more. But I can't say it looked good. It was good he got off on his own a little bit, like with this helped. He was helped, but it didn't look good from a possible shoulder or head injury or both injury standpoint. It didn't look good.
No, I mean he was definitely out cold when he fell to the ice, and I think he woke up once he kind of turned over. With I have suffered with a shoulder that comes in and out of joint for most of my adult life, just other sports related injuries. And I think what he has done to himself, and the reason why he appeared to not be able to feel his fingers, and I get this on occasion, is sometimes when it goes back into place, the shoulder, it'll pinch the nerve, and you got to pull it out again, move it, and put it back in. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
That's what has worked for me in the past. And I suspect it's something similar that he dislocated it. Potentially rotator cuff and separated shoulder at the same time, which kind of sucks because
Possible
it's something
concussion, depending on how
that'll
bad he hit his head on the guy's. Did you see that that he hit his chin? It looked like on the goalie's mask on the way down. He kind of got hit into the goalie's mask and then drove his shoulder into the post and then fell down, completely out cold.
Yeah. I think given the fact that he was limp by the time he hit the post, I think is what shit will come out of place when there's nothing holding it in place at the time, right?
When your brain's not bracing.
When when you're singing love tunes in the mind and
I think he's lucky that when he fell to the ice, his head didn't snap like it snapped back, but it didn't hit the ice. He's fucking super lucky that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. So here's the thing. I don't dislike Huberdeau nearly as much as most people do. Or at least a lot of people in the fan base. I think he's never going to be that 110-point player again. But I think that he's probably one of the best players on the team still. I think he's loved in the dressing room. I think he's turned into a more physical player, into a better defensive player. I think he's morphed into more of a power forward. Just look at the move he was trying to do there. Huberdeau before would have never done fucking anything like that. He would have turned off and peeled away. But at the same time, I don't wish injuries on anyone. I don't want to see Huberdeau injured. But if he is, that might solve a problem, a short term, hopefully short term for Huberdeau's sake. That might solve a problem that the fan bases seem to have, and that is how do we get Matt Vagradine in, and how do we
Right.
get Zeri more opportunity, and how do we get blah blah blah. It trick when there's that much power play 5-on-5 and PK time to go around, then multiple guys get another 2.5 minutes a game, right?
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. They need to figure out a way to have Karens and Gradine on opening night. And you're right. Potentially, this might be that. Depending on what the injury is. Obviously, at this
same with
point, we don't
Pospisil.
know.
I never even saw what happened to Pospisil.
Um, I think he was hitting the teeth with a stick. So
Okay,
he
so
was
that's
bent over.
probably not a
I
long
think
term.
I think he was butt ended, personally.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
Although
think
with
that's
his
why
history, you never know.
they called the late penalty on, I can't remember who it was, just because they knew somebody needed to go off. They just didn't know who it was.
Right.
And so the easiest thing is to call the holding that they should have called in the first place, right? Because I know even the broadcast was complaining about them calling the late
The
penalty,
late
and
penalty, yeah.
I did, and I get that. I mean, it's a valid concern, but somebody should have been in the penalty box from what they did to Pospisil on that play.
I agree. Okay. And I just want to reiterate, I don't want to see either of those guys hurt. I'm just saying there's a silver lining if they are.
Right.
I think let's talk about it since it's been the topic of the last few days. Um, Obviously, we want Matt Vagradine to play to at least get a trial. I
Mhm.
don't think he's going to, even though off merit he probably deserves it. But the thing is he's, I believe, the only player besides Perek left who doesn't require waivers.
Right.
And as much as I would like to say keep Gradine and waive Kirkland or Lomberg or Bean or Miramonov, I feel like it's a far less likely to happen than them just giving Gradine full first line, first power play minutes in the AHL to start. And then,
Mhm.
unless Huberdeau's hurt, I could see him staying up if Huberdeau's hurt. But also considering Karen's is probably gonna, I don't think they can afford to lose Karen's, right? Like,
Mhm.
is he the best player? Probably not, but he's a young playmaking center. He's scored a couple goals. He's had 4 points in 5 games with us last season. I think it's time to give that guy a chance. And as much as Gradine is younger and more exciting, in my opinion, I think that Cairns has had his couple years as the first line center in the AHL, and now maybe put Gradine down there,
Mhm.
first line, and give Cairns the chance. And then also you're not losing Cairns. And I think that's kind of a problem with the waiver system is you can't always give the players the chance you're supposed maybe they deserve, but also I guess it's giving guys being sent down a chance to go somewhere else and have an NHL job. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. And frankly, I think he deserves it. Like, he's played well.
Gradine,
No, Karens.
yeah,
I
I
think.
agree.
I
He's
mean,
played
he's
great.
like like you said, he's done a couple of years for the Wranglers. He's looked really good playing for the Wranglers. Natural progression. He's 23 years old. It's time, right?
Yeah,
It's time to get him to that next level. If we can't get him to that next level, then the the Flames are doing him a disservice and the team, right? It's not like we're banging on the door for a cup, and so we want to make sure we have our veterans so we can go and take that last final stab at winning the cup. Like, get rid of these guys and get these kids on the ice.
Yeah.
You know,
I
in
just
my
want to,
opinion, they should both be making opening day. Personally,
yeah, and I
um,
just want to correct it. Rory Cairns has only played one. No, he played 2 seasons. Sorry. Yeah, he played 2 seasons for the Wranglers. Yeah. Well, sorry, he played 6 games in 1 season. So yeah. But he also played a bunch for the Rapid City Rush, sorry, in the ECHL. So
yeah.
he played one almost full season there as well. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been he's earned his chance, and he's played well enough to get it, in my opinion. Now Gradine has also, I think, throughout this camp earned a shot, but I just don't
Mm-hmm.
think he's going to get it based off of waiver rules and waiver rules only.
Right. The Gradine, is that the pick we got from the Lindholm trade?
Yeah, so essentially it was Kuzmenko, Gradine, and Bristevich.
Right. Not bad,
Not bad at all.
especially considering the player that
Lindholm was turned into,
Lindholm became. So
and the
thank
contract he
God,
got.
dodged the bullet.
I mean, Vancouver got nothing back for him too. So,
Right. Yeah, even
yeah,
better.
absolute steal. You see, like that, like you were saying, Conroy's his first year or two, was really
Mhm.
good, and I feel like even though he got those 3
Mm.
contracts done and he's drafted well, I thought that he had the opportunity to make the team either better, which is what
Mhm.
it seems like he wants to do, is be better, but he really did nothing to get better. And
Right.
or actually commit more to a rebuild, and he did neither. He was just like, you know what, let's try and get 1 point better, which is the most fucking asinine thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's try and
Right.
be slightly just a little bit better when you were mid as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
either like try and get way better
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
gonna
Like
try and get better.
exactly. Like I'm pretty sure every season that you and I have been doing this, we've had at least one episode dedicated to the Flames in the mushy middle being mediocre at best. It's been going on for 20 plus fucking years.
Yeah.
At some point, somebody has to come in here to lead the charge and start doing the right thing.
I
Like really,
absolutely agree.
like like how many GMs have we had come in here and just talk about letting the kids play and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, and their actions are 100% a 180.
I like I actually believe that Conroy wants to. I don't think his boss is letting him.
I don't believe that for a second. Do you know why I don't believe that for a second?
Why?
Because I do the security system for Murray Edwards, and I've
Oh,
talked to
really?
him. Yeah,
Really? I did not know that. How have you never told me this?
I thought I did. I don't know.
No.
Anyways, yeah, because I'm like, I said to him, I go, hey, when are we gonna let one of the GMs start making good hockey decisions? And he says, like what? And I said, like any. I said, the word around town is every GM can't do shit because their hands are tied. He says, I want a good team. I said, yeah. Do you want a good team for playoffs? He says, I want a good team for a long time. I went, okay. I said, so you're saying that all this talk is just kind of bullshit? He was mostly. Not all of it, he says, but most of it. So okay, good enough.
Interesting. How have we known each other for fucking 7 years or whatever, and I've never heard that you do this? That's insane. Especially since we've literally talked about it on the show before, like many times.
Yeah, I was just there doing a courtesy call for it. It was near the end of last season.
Okay. Interesting. Well, that's frustrating to know, but also
I
like not. It's frustrating to
well,
know that Conroy is, you know,
yeah, could be, but it appears to not be, right?
yeah.
The I mean, I also ran into Michael Stone at Barbecues Galore, and I honestly thought he was coming back for one more season, but duped me.
Yeah. Well, he's a part of the organization, and that's good. Um,
Yeah.
as far as on ice goes here, what else can we talk about? I don't think there's much else. Like, it's still preseason. I know we just finished talking about how frustrating it was. You know, we're just coming off this 8-1 loss, 8-1, I believe, loss. I lost count because I stopped looking at the score clock because it was frustrating me. Um,
Mhm.
but I saw some people online saying, "Oh, I don't think the Flames deserved that score." I will wholeheartedly disagree. They were fucking horrible. Um, and I want to know. I don't know if you noticed this, but why on earth was Coronado the playmaker on the power play? I don't get it. Why?
Well, because it takes it away from Kadri, so I'm okay with that, but it still shouldn't be Coronado.
Yeah,
Speaking of the power play,
yeah,
0 for 6,
yeah,
and we allowed them 2 shorthanded goals.
yeah,
So it's like -2 for 6.
yeah. That's awful.
Abysmal. Abysmal. Like,
So the only, I believe it was in the first period, I enjoyed about 35 seconds, I want to say, just ballparking it about 35 seconds out of 12 minutes of power play. Less than 12
mhm,
minutes because there was a 4-on-4 for a little bit there, but about
yeah,
35 seconds. And that was when I think it was their first power play. So the start of it, the regular power play unit went out there and they all passed the puck around the outside for fucking a minute and a half and did absolutely fuck all with it. And then Perek got out there and caused some actual havoc for the first time. And like, I would just want to say this: I am a huge Mackenzie Weegar fan. We can't keep him on the power play if that's what he's going to do. If that's what he's going to do. If that's what the team's going to do, because I said this last episode, Zane Perek, he gets out there, he sees that they're passing the puck around the outside, and he says, fuck this, and he does something different. It
mhm,
was literally like, I want to say 9.5 out of what, 11.5 minutes of power play, 11 minutes of power play. It was 9.5 minutes of them passing the puck around the outside and getting nothing done and then causing a chance against. Like, you,
yeah.
I love Mackenzie Weegar, but like as a player, as a 5-on-5 player, as a penalty killer, as a leader, as a vibes guy, or whatever the fuck, he's good at every aspect of hockey, but he's not a power play quarterback, and we gotta fucking stop this, or at least put Perek on with him because Perek's better than all of our forwards at power play.
Yes. I I agree with that. If you're going to do 2 defenders on power play, then absolutely it should be one of those defenders should definitely be an offensive defenseman for sure.
Yeah,
Somebody that can be creative and actually create opportunities while you have somewhat of a stay-at-home defender, even though that's not Uyghur either, because he, if he's not on the power play, he sure likes to be offensive and jumping in the rush and getting behind their net and this, that, and the other. But as soon as, for whatever reason, I think what it is he's too afraid to be out of position because he was caught out of position many times tonight against Vancouver.
Weeks?
Trying
Yeah.
to
Yep.
catch back up to an odd man rush, probably 4 or 5 times at least
Yeah. I'm
tonight.
gonna interrupt you for 1 sec. It wasn't just him. It was him. It was Raz. It was Ball. It was everybody. They were all
Yeah,
caught out of position consistently. Perek too. But
yeah,
go on.
yeah. And so I think that's what it is he doesn't because he, he tends to get himself into these situations quite often. Normally, he's fairly effective at getting back into play. He was not tonight at all. Um, so I think a lot of that is running through his mind, and I think that's one of the reasons why they pass around. And he doesn't want to because if he sidesteps somebody and takes a shot, that's all. That's all I want, right? He has a really good ability to be elusive with the puck, sidestep, shoot the puck, get it on net, and then let whoever is there make it happen. Whether it be Zari, whether it be Huberto, just that's in my opinion, that's the job of the defender.
Yeah.
Right? Get it on
Um,
net.
that's exactly what was it like 2, 3 games ago? Perek was on the power play on power play 1. That's exactly what he did like 3 or 4 times in that one game. He
Mhm.
looked around. He's like, we've passed the puck around for 20 seconds. I've had enough of this. He found a shooting lane. He shot, and now I don't think a goal came out of it that game, but
Yep.
actually a goal came out of it that game because Prestevich did it. But
Yep.
um,
Yeah, that was Zari's
it
goal on the power play, right?
I believe so.
Actually,
It causes
yeah,
havoc. That's all you need. It
that's right.
throws defenders out of position, and then it causes cross ice seams. It causes rebounds. It causes the goalie to be out of position. It causes all sorts of crazy shit to happen. But if you're just passing it around the outside, then the defenders can all stay within 5 feet of where they are. They're not expending any energy at all, and they're just you're not doing anything. It's not a power
Yeah.
play. It's a waste of 2 minutes.
Yeah, zone time means nothing if you have 0 shots on goal.
Yep.
Like if you're on the power play and you have 0 shots on goal and the other team has already scored on you on that power play, that is a
Gross.
problem.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that is a huge issue. So whoever's drawing up the plays for the power play from the coaching staff, either step aside and let somebody else do it, or
Yeah.
get your shit together.
So, and I don't know if you were saying what you were saying there because you don't want Perek on the power play if Uyghur's not there with him or if somebody else is another defenseman isn't there with him. But I don't care. Perek has shown the willingness and he like is he the best defender? No, but he's shown the eagerness to get back. He's shown the effort to even at the beginning of the preseason poke a couple of pucks away and make a couple dive blocks on the counter attack.
Mhm.
He's shown that he isn't going to be stuck doing nothing while the play is going the other way. And I don't really give a shit if there's another power play defenseman on with him or not. I want him to be the guy on the power play with Huberto and Kadri and whoever else because they're just going to pass the puck around and that's all they're going to do the whole time. And then he can actually fucking do something else.
Yeah. I mean, it also comes down to coaching, right? Like if that's all your players are going to do and the coaches don't say shit, that's an issue as well.
Absolutely. But how many coaches has it been? We had one power play year that wasn't that. One power, and it was
Right.
Daryl, for fuck's sake.
Right. Right.
I think that was
'cause I'm
just an
sure.
abundance of talent thing.
Sure, but I
Yeah.
mean, but even if you see it as a coach, even like
You
we
should
have a
say
ton of
something. I'm
talent
sure they
now.
do.
Like next if you have a game where you go 0-6 on power play, in fact they scored two on you. If that's not one of the main focuses of the next day at practice, then you're not doing your job right. Like,
Oh, I absolutely agree.
yeah. And
Um,
it's, I mean, how do you not look a 30-year-old in the eye and say, if you keep passing the puck, you're going to fucking sit for the rest of the game?
yeah,
Like, knock it off.
shoot the puck, do something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
And what I
I
don't
understand,
understand is like also where the fuck has Kadri been? I'm not a big Kadri fan. I don't like the way he plays the game. But the one thing he's always doing is shooting. He hasn't shot at all this preseason. Yet given I think he's only played 2 games, but like I haven't noticed him for a good opportunity once this preseason.
right.
Not once. I've seen Huberto for one good one. I've seen Coronado and Frost today. They kind of sucked, but in general, they've been pretty fucking good. Um, but most of our guys just are not filtering pucks towards the net. It's like Frost, Coronado, and Perek are the only guys actually shooting the puck.
It's funny in a game against Vancouver, Kadri and Farabee lead the team with 4 shots.
Not good ones. I saw him shoot,
Clearly
but I
not.
didn't see him shoot. Like he sat there in front of the net, like off to the side of the net for like fucking 5-6 seconds of a power play, and then just shot it while the goalie was standing there the entire time. Like he's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I feel like he's one of those ones that it's a preseason game. It means nothing. So he's not going to get super engaged. I feel like he's that type of he
yeah,
has that type of attitude, which is not what you want as far as trying to teach the younger generation, trying to make the team. Like it's not that's not how a team leader or a veteran acts or plays,
no,
trying to
and
lead by example, right?
I'm not gonna fucking shit on Kadri all day right now because
Yeah. You
I've
got all
done that.
season for that, my friend.
What's that?
Said you got all season for that. Give it
I do.
time. Give it
I
time.
do. At least
Wait.
all of this season, and it's frustrating. But hey, you know what? Like I said at the beginning, it's just preseason. It's just preseason. It's just preseason. Don't overreact. We just spent fucking 40 minutes or whatever overreacting. So you know what? Let's call it here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell us how you feel about the preseason in the comment section below. Um, check out our new Spotify. We just updated our link tree. I believe we got a new Spotify and Apple, Chris, and
Not
Amazon.
Apple. Spotify and Amazon on audio right now. I'm working on the Apple. That'll be up in the next week or two. We'll have the Apple going. Um, but yeah, like since we're not with the Hockey Podcast Network any longer, they own the rights to all our audio versions of the shows, and so we've lost those. So please follow the new one. We've just got this season up there at the moment. Gonna work on trying to maybe edit some of the old ones that I have and see if I can pop those in as well. But yeah, just follow the link tree. It'll be in the description. Um, we've got the RSS feed there. You can watch shows there as well if that's your thing. Um, yeah, don't forget to share the show with everyone you know, and let's get geared up for the regular season. We got one more preseason game on Friday. I believe it's against the Jets. The Jets are in town, so let's do it for Friday, and then season starts next week. Can't wait for the back to back.
One more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Preseason or Cooley?
Fuck.
Or third option.
Do we?
How
Yeah. Do
close
we have a
is the
third
edge of the
option?
building?
Yeah. How about not Cooley?
I mean,
I don't.
Cooley was
I don't want
better
to.
than Preseason was tonight. I
Sure.
I don't really blame them for most of the goals against. There was
If
two of
you're
them.
gonna hug the post, hug the post.
That one
You
was
can't
bad.
leave a foot square open on the post. Like
There was
that was a
one bad
big
one
gap.
from Preseason and one bad one from Cooley, but there was also 6 ones that were on the team. Uh,
Yeah.
But I still think Preseason earned it from all of the other games they've played.
Yeah.
Cooley was not good. He came into this, given it's a really short sample size, and I believe he came into this game tonight with like an 890 something, and Preseason came in with like a 9. I could be wrong, but I think like a 920 something, which is far better, obviously. But
Mhm.
I either way, I think we should probably give Preseason the first shot, and if he fails a game or two, then give Cooley a shot, and then if he fails a game or two, then we got to go searching.
Gotta go searching. Maybe we can strap the pads on Ball. He
Maybe
cover
we
a bunch of the
can
net.
get Jason LaBarbera out of retirement, or
Bring
I
in
was
Brett
talking to
Cron.
Kent Wilson today. He was saying we should call Yoni Ordio, see what he's up to. I think he's still playing somewhere.
Where's McElhenney?
Oh, he's probably somebody's third string. He has been for a while.
Yeah.
Eddie Lack.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be
Let's get
better.
it.
The
Well,
backup
clearly.
situation is dire. Welcome
It
back
is
to the
dire.
Kippersoft era.
Where's Big Save Dave?
Let's get Noodles.
Yeah.
No.
Surely Trevor Kidd wants to give it one more go. Why don't we just sign Flower and be done with it?
Kerry Ramo.
No. Fuck that guy.
No, I actually didn't mind him. I actually liked him more than 3/4 of the guys we just finished talking about. Anyways.
Yeah. No, I am kidding.
Yeah. Remember to follow Chris on X at armchair GM_pod. Talk to me on Reddit. Follow us on Facebook. All that good stuff. And go Flames go. We are not going to be as bad as we were tonight all season. So don't give up hope.
Hopefully we're as bad because McKenna's going to look real good in a flaming sea. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Go Flames.